There we go. Ladies, gentlemen, boys, girls, everybody in between. Remember these cards? Well, guess what? The other half has come in. Let's get into this now. Finally. Alright. Dutch Crawler. Let's start from the beginning. Dutch Crawler. Fountain of Youth. I just had that. What was I doing? Fountain of Youth. Furnace Whelp. Furnace Whelp. Furnace Whelp. Next we got is Horseshoe Crab. Which I don't see. Oh gosh, it's at the beginning. Horseshoe Crab, Horseshoe Crab. Where's the Horseshoe Crab? Oh, do not tell me we do not. Oh, there, Horseshoe Crab. I was going to say if we don't have that, it's going to be an issue. Next we got the Raging Goblin. Raging Goblin. Rotted Room. Okay, we're going backwards. Good. Terror. Cloven Casting. Okay. Enlisted Worm. Ethereum Automaton. Etherrot Page. Null Tread Gargantuan. Uh-oh, that's not there. It's not here. And it's in the other pile. Alright. Null Tread Gargantuan is what we're looking for. There it is. Sanctum Plowbeast. Sanctum Plowbeast. Alright, it's not there. Go to the other one. There it is, Sanctum Plowbeast. Sanity Nars. Sigil of the Nine Gods. Soul Manipulation. Stun Sniper. Double Cleave. Recumbent Bliss. Unnerving Assault. Ego Erasure. Oh, that's not here. Ego Erasure. Yeah, Ego Erasure. Elvish Branch Bender. Uh-oh. There it is. Fault Grinder. Nope. Nope. Not Fault Grinder. Glare Wielder. That's this one. Glare Wielder. Judger Currents. There we go. Ring Skipper. Shriekmaw. Spring Cleaning. That's Spring Cleaning. Squeaking Pie Sneak. Wizened Sen. Ren's Run Vanquisher. Mycologist. Wild Swing. Wild Swing. Blood Cultist. Cathari Screecher. Foil. Obelisk of Naya. Sigil Blessing. Basalt Gargoyle, and Giant Oyster. Okay. So we got that. As we all know, it's not about the front, it's about the back. Alright. Let's try and get a look. See how these are. Nothing stands out. so far. We'll have to, of course, look really closely at them. Which reminds me, I need to order another jeweler's loop. Oh, this is bad. Sigil of the Nine Gods is no good. You could see that, can't you? Right? See that? The wear? Yeah, that's not good. Yeah, these cards are all supposed to be near mint, so that's definitely not near mint, obviously. Yeah. I'll have to go through and look at them, and that's not near mint for sure. These are all mostly cheap cards, so just have to keep ordering. Trying to get there. We got like 9 more cards for the Time Spiral set. 9 to go. We're looking good. This one, oh, it's 2 of them. Huh. I was gonna say it looks a little funny. That one's got Nyx. This one has Nyx. Probably not gonna pass the up close test. Alright, and of course we're gonna check for the if there's any inking. I think it's hilarious. I have to look at cards like this from this era for inking. Like typically you'd think you would want to look at the older cards from like the 90s for inking, because they weren't super expensive then. I mean, some of them were gain value, considerable value back then, but and then you would want to ink it to try and make it look like it's hasn't been played with, to cover that up. And yeah, for those of you who don't know what you want to do to look for inking, if somebody has, like, say like for this card right here, you can clearly see that's the edge of the card. Oh, maybe I should use another card so you can clearly, there, you can clearly see that top edge there. It's bad. So you try to take a marker and cover this up. But the thing is, if you do use a marker, it'll bleed towards the edge. So you'll see the marker right here on the edge. As you can see, this is clear. Oh, if I hold it right. So yeah, you'll want to cover this part up with a marker. And then if it was inked, this top card, would you be able to see black along the edge? And there is no black along these edges, so we should be good for that. The only question now would be like is if any of these are counterfeits, which hopefully they're not. They're low value cards from not from the 90s, but I have seen, like, on some commons somebody did some inking that I have received, and I thought it was really weird, but like maybe they're using it to test to see if they can do inking and to see if they can get good at it. I mean, even if, like, say there's like a white spot in between the border here, and you wouldn't be going towards the edge like this one. If there's a white spot, like say something happened where like somebody scratched it and you can see the white underneath the black instead, and you got a white spot there. Yeah, if you got really good at it, you could cover it up with ink. However, if you held it up to a reflective light like this, well, you can't really see it, but if you held a bright light coming from this side, you could see that there's one spot that looks funny there, if that's where the mark was that you covered up. So you can tell the difference under a light. If you like look at the reflection of the light onto the card, you can definitely see like a singled out black area of where the mark was that you covered up with ink. So you can do it to look cosmetically good. However, if you have somebody that's paying attention and looking for those kind of things, you're not going to pass the test and you're going to get caught. I'm assuming that's the first person you're going to. If you're just going to an average player, they're not going to notice the difference, and they probably won't care because, you know, the players want cards as cheap as possible, basically, which is okay for them, but for collectors like me, and it's terrible because the card is pretty much worthless as far as resale value goes. So say a player thinks that card is $5 or $50, they're going to be sadly disappointed when you won't give them anything for it except for like maybe like 50 cents because it's inked and it's worthless. That's just how it is, and that's how it's going to be, because people who don't care will accept those cards, and they will end up taking the loss, which should be unacceptable. They should be vigilant against such things. They should not want to have proxy cards, fake cards, but they convince themselves it's okay because they don't have the money to pay for those cards. That's all there is to it. That's simply the long and short of it. Okay, time's up. We gotta go. End of the video. See you soon.